Hey everybody, it's Daniel again. So this review here is going to be on my Harby pedals. So one of the other stores I go to, where I get my lessons is El Dorado Hills Music, which is in El Dorado Hills, where I live, or near where I live, and I get my guitar lessons there. If you've been watching any of my videos. They're also where I get my PRS guitars overall for the most part. So, um, anyway, one of the other things they have are, like most other guitar stores, pedals, and they've been one of the people there that one of the other many people there I've befriended, Sebastian, one of the guys who works there, kind of told me, "Hey, look," he goes, "Daniel, this is something you might want to check out. This company, they're a boutique company. They're U.S. They're a smaller production company. It's not Boss. It's not MXR. It's not not Dunlop. Like, they don't have this big multinational thing." Operation setup. It's just right now it's a small kind of boutique company, and basically for now at least what they're making is their recreations of legendary distortion pedals. The two I have here, the Harby Centauri the Centauri Modified, and the Noble Tone. So the Centauri, which was the previous model, which they still sell, and this one, which just came out. I was checking online to see if I could find a review. Mine may very well be the first review for this. We'll see. But so these are, as you can kind of tell, clone Centaurs, tar copies. They're the clones, as you will. But this one adds a little bit more. Like every guitar pedal adds a little bit more. Now, maybe you might remember that I have the Centavo, the Mormayo Centavo, which is literally just a clone, even down to the casing. This one I was interested in because I really fell in love with this one that they showed me. So one of the other pedals I had bought from them was this MXR Duke of Tone, which was like the Prince of Tone. MXR leased it. They were going out to these legendary companies. They leased it. They worked with the original companies and were making pedal copies. So basically, the Prince of Tone. Well, the Noble Tone here, and I got that also from El Dorado Hills Music. This one, Sebastian, who worked at El Dorado Hills Music, he actually set me up to do a comparison, to take a look at, compare the MXR Duke of Tone and the Harby Noble Tone pedal. I listened to him, and then he also brought over and had me play through the Harby Centauri, and just A/B and just demo them, see what I thought of the tones. I was really, really, as much as I liked the MXR Duke of Tone, and as much as I like that it's pedal board friendly, this one just, honestly, it does knock it out of the park. It, not for necessarily for any, that it's a one-to-one copy, or that it captures the tone better, per se, because I'll be honest with you, I don't own any Analog Man pedals, so I've never played the Prince of Tone. I've never played the King of Tone. I don't own them. I've never been even in the same room as one, unless you count like a concert venue where someone's playing one and I'm in the audience listening to them. Other than that, I've never been able to get my hands on one, which was the appeal of this and this. So anyway, this one blew me out because it had a little bit more higher mids, a little bit more in terms of the sculptability, and the headroom, it really just punches through a mix. It really just So when I plug these in, you'll hear them loud as hell. Loud as hell. Loved it. So because I was very excited about that, um, I asked Cameron, who owns Eldorado Hills Music, I asked him a week or two ago about those, and he emailed me this week. He told me, "Hey, look, we're gonna get them." I told him I was interested in getting one because they sold out of them, and he said, "Okay." He goes, "Well, I'll put in an order." He wanted to put in an order for more anyway because he'd gotten other customers asking, so he put a couple more in. I got an email or a text on Tuesday. It was Tuesday, and he said, "Hey, look," he goes, "I've got this. I got 4 of the Harbys coming in." He showed me the box. He goes, "I've got 2 of the Noble Tones, the Harby Centauri and the Harby Centauri Modified." And didn't think much of it. And then I went on the Harby website and looked them up. Obviously the Noble Tone. And then I saw that the Modified, I thought he was just saying the Harby Centauri and referred to it modified, meaning like, oh, it's just a modified clone. No, this is a separate pedal. So on here, it's got this little red knob here, which is, they call it the clean. So basically it's a blend knob. Here, it's also got this little mini switch here, which the original sound, or JB, which is a Jeff Beck mod. So this gives you a little bit more, I think, upper mids or something. Adds a little bit more into the pedal. And then this one allows you to switch between germanium diodes or LEDs. And the LEDs, I find, give you more of like that clean boost that you'll hear it in a second, where if you have it on this, it kind of makes it sound a little bit louder, but it seems to work well with this. Like, it kind of gives you like that clean boost, but also that pushing the amp to break up. Again, you'll hear it in a second. So I think what we'll do is we'll go through the Centauri first. Just plug it in. And one of these kind of pedals, these pedals are actually going to go, I think, on my travel board, on the board I bring with me, little mini board, because when I go on my guitar lessons, I bring my mini board with me so I can take it and have stuff to jam out to, have a wah pedal, a distortion, the EH, the Electro Harmonix Mod 11 that's got a rotary speaker. I just put on my old Seymour Duncan pickup booster, clean boost pedal, so, and again, playing through the I'm playing through the Vox AC4 TV Mini, and this is my Gibson Les Paul Standard 50s. I had converted back to stock because I had the Bigsby and the Vibromate system put onto it. But I'm selling this guitar. Now, if you live in the Sacramento region, message me. Let's talk. If you want this guitar, some slight damage on it, but basically I converted this back to stock with the stock stop bar. It's ready to go. So if you want it, let me know. So anyway, this might be one of the last videos you're gonna see this guitar. So, so I've got my Les Paul Standard 50s. Let's turn her on. Let's put the volume up a little bit, tone up. So right now I've got the clean on 0. So this is on 0. This is on noon. Both of these are noon. I have this on the original setting, and we're going to put this back on germanium. Tone is at noon. We'll put the drive there, and we'll start there. So. By the way, that volume is all coming from this. The amp is on the quarter watt setting. In terms of volume, it's probably at like volume 1. It's, if even that, it's practically no volume on it. All the volume is coming from these pedals. So you can kind of hear why these pedals blew the MXR and my the overdrive I was previously using, which I still love, the full tone Robin Trower overdrive. You can see why these are taking the place of that right now. So let's go ahead and put the clean on about noon. So, from what I understand, the clean, the red switch, or the red knob, works kind of like a blend. So it's kind of, like it says, it's kind of cleaning it up. It backs off a lot of the distortion. Now, so right now I've got it on noon. That. Now let's put that's diamond, the clean. So again, so I have both the gain and the clean just dimed. So what this is doing, it's like I said, there's still the distortion, but it's cleaning it up. It's backing a lot of that gain off. So even though there's a lot of sustain, there's still some clearness. It's taking some of that grit and a lot of the fatness out of it, and it'd be the equivalent of taking like your coffee or a soda or hot chocolate or chocolate milk and pouring water in it. So the clean, I would almost even also call it the water switch. You're just putting water, you're just kind of diluting a lot of the the bite, the crunch, the fatness, the slushiness. So which kind of, you could say, well, what's the point of that? If you're getting an overdrive, if you're getting a clon, maybe what you want is that, that fat, bitey, gritty, syrupy distortion, right? You want this. Well, so a lot of people also, you have to back this off to how other people use the clon. A lot of people, and I discovered this with my clone, the Centauri, is that a lot of people don't use it for the drive. They'll back the drive down to, like, I've got it maybe at 9 o'clock right now, the drive. Let's put the clean all the way up. So, like, a lot of people will use this. They'll put it in front of another pedal. Let's just say if I had the Harby Centauri in front of the Duke of Tone, and I have this on maybe the overdrive, this is kind of a, like, this is going to be clearly a louder pedal than this will be. So maybe I want to use this as a distortion. I put this behind this guy in the chain, and what this guy will do, what the Harby would do with this setting, is give a little boost, a little kick for this. So when I play this, or I put these two together with this kind of setting, like this, I'll kind of, I don't know if you can see all the clear settings there, but if I set that like that with this, or a Marshall Blues Breaker, Marshall Governor pedal, or something that might be overpowered versus the Harby, well, the Harby can kind of give some of that extra juice to that other pedal. And that, from what I've seen and what I've heard, and with reviews, is not a lot of people use, or not as many people use the Centaur, the Clon Centaur, as a straight overdrive. I've seen a lot more people that use it. I think John Mayer's one of those that will use it to kind of power and push another distortion or overdrive pedal or a clean boost. They'll kind of stack the boosts, they'll stack the distortions, and they use the clon to kind of give that more grit, that punch. maybe an anemic pedal like a blues breaker, you know, after being played for so long, it kind of loses its edge, loses its volume. So the Centaur, again, like same thing. I have a Marshall Blues Breaker 2 pedal, which I love, but it's starting to get a bit anemic. So I found that using that Centavo, backing off the gain, but using it kind of like to push that blues breaker, it kind of just gives it that volume. It's like it's just taking the power out of the overpowered pedal and giving a little bit more juice to that underpowered pedal. So I think that's kind of what that that little red knob does. It helps kind of. So if you haven't, or say if I had my Seymour Duncan booster and I put this on with it, yeah, it'll give it a little bit of that. But depending on the amp settings, it might drive it. It might give it a little bit of that natural breakup, that little grit you start to get. Like, let's go ahead and do the LED setting here. And let's back the gain all the way off. Turn the volume all the way up. Now, real quick, let's put this on the 4-watt setting here. Put it back to the 1-watt setting. So you kind of hear that. It gives it a little bit more grit. It's, you know, boosting the volume, and it's just kind of like that clean sound. It's kind of just pushing it, and on the bridge pickup, it just gives it starts to push it into that breakup, that crackling sound that we all love out of our tubes. Now let me pull that all the way back. Put the drive on, I'd say about noon. I'm going to leave it on the LED setting for now. Let me grab kind of so each pedal will kind of come with a description, a little description card that kind of explains you all the features. So, yeah, as I said, the blend, the clean, the little red knob is the blend, controls the amount of clean signal in the mix. So yeah, the LED switch in the down position, which is now, the germanium clipping diodes are swapped for red LEDs, dramatically increasing gain for the drive knob. So let's see that. Like you can hear it. It's giving a little bit more. Go back to the germaniums. It's subtle, but you can hear it. You can hear there's a little more saturation on this. Then when we go into the germanium, right now I'm on the germanium. So you can kind of hear it. So, me personally, I like the germanium section a little bit more. However, if I roll back the drive, dime the clean, the blend knob, and then go to the LED, that gives a very nice, open, crystalline clear, clean boost, clean sound. I really like that. I like that a lot. So yeah, for me personally, I'm probably gonna go the germanium when I want the drive. I'm probably gonna stick to the germanium drive section. And these are some of the loudest pedals I've ever owned, by the way. Now on this switch, the other switch, it says the little mini here. It says original, and then in red. Don't know if you can, if I barely see it, but it says JB in red. The JB, according to the website, because I went to Harby's website to look at these, is the JB alludes to Jeff Beck. Probably for trademark reasons, they just say JB. If you look on the website, they say Jeff. I don't know any other Jeff B's that are well known, very famous guitarist, but Jeff Beck clearly is. And similarly, the Archer Rocket, or the J Rocket Archer pedal, there is a Jeff Beck version. Now they call it something different, but they, in their description, they clearly allude to the fact that it is based on, kind of like this, on a Jeff Beck modded Klon Centaur, where I think what he did was he had some little thing in there that upped the mids in the response of the pedal of the Klon. So they call this the fat switch. In the down position, the amount of bass available via the tone knob is increased. So I've got an original now. Let's go to the JB. Oh, let's turn the volume up. So it's got the JB right now. The tone is about mid. Yeah, you hear it. Let's go back. Definitely. Now it is slightly a little more subtle, but it is there. So anyway, I spent probably a good part of 20 to 30 minutes just A-Bing these pedals. I think I'm going to make this a two-part review, because if I start going into this one, it's going to make this, I'm already at 23 minutes. It's going to make it about probably a 45-minute video. So I think I'll do this as part one, and then part two, the next 10, 15 minute, whatever, go into this. So, yeah, like I said, I played it, I tested it through, at the store, one of my favorite amps to play through, which is a PRS, their 20-watt amp, Sunzera, the 20-watt Sunzera that they had there, and I loved them. I love these pedals through that. These are the loudest pedals. Like, I thought my full tones were loud. Holy crap, I think these things are even louder than my full tones. They are crystal clear, as you can hear. Even when you dime stuff, there's still clearness. There's still mids. There's still ways to get that comfy tone, that nice blues overdrive, where it doesn't get thwippy, where it doesn't get too fat. It doesn't like seem to suck out all the treble and just become this slushy, muddy, fuzzy pedal. So I really like that on this. Like, I figured with the original Centauri, I was like, this is not enough difference between that and my Centavo, and I'm happy with my Centavo. I don't need another Klon. But when I looked this up and heard about this, I'm like, okay, I need to try this. And again, I went in thinking I'll get this one or I'll get this one. I ended up taking both because I was like, I like them too much. So that's kind of my review of the Harby Centauri Modified. I'll go ahead and post this one as well. I'll do this one right now, the review. So, see you on the other side.